Guys, I'm here making sound panels. Sound panels because of that echo. When I did that voiceover, bro, the echo was crazy. So I Googled how to make sound panels. Let me walk you through this. So you make a frame. This is MDF plywood. These are 3" by 8 feet that I had them cut, and then I cut them down to 47 inches, 16.5 inches. And I got it from a YouTube video that I watched. So you can see a whole bunch of framing here. And then I'm gonna enclose it with screening and stuff it with this stuff. With, what the hell is this called? Rock wool. Supposedly, you know, these are $150, $200 sound panels that I'm making from scratch for $25 a piece. So definitely worth the struggle here, I think. I don't know who told me to do this. It was a bad idea. Coming out pretty good though. We got the insulation in, got it all screened on both sides, and now I'm gonna put the cover. Look at that, guys. There's the other side, got the insulation in. It's 11:55. We got 2 panels up, 3 panels up. You can see they look pretty damn good. I could put like LED strips behind them and everything. They look pretty good. The sound already sounds better. Got my camera up. I got my microphone up. Got my setup here. Check it out, guys. So this is what I got. I got these little arms, separate arms. Definitely need some cable management here. And then another thing that I did was I connected Ethernet directly to the computer. So live streams should be much quicker. It's lit. Yo guys, let me show you guys my new glasses real quick. I get compliments. I get stopped all the time for these glasses right here. People love these glasses. But I also get comments on my YouTube videos all the time. You know, people hate them. So there's always gonna be 2 types of people, right? So my wife got these glasses. These are custom made by her baby. She's gonna be happy that she got these. These are prescription, they're not just sunglasses. Got some new glasses. Ready? Ooh, they gonna be bad. They gonna be bad. Oh, I thought these were gold. They're not gold. I don't know why I thought these were gold, but they're nice. By Habibi. Let's try. I'm gonna take these off, which I'll probably still be rocking these the most, because I like the gold frames in them. All right, look at that, we back. These are nice too though. They kind of look gold, but they're not. They like I don't know what color they are. But if you like them, if you rock with them, these are made by Habibi. Habibi sunglasses, Habibe sunglasses on Instagram. I rock with them. What in the world? There's another pair? Damn, man. My wife, something else. Look at this. She got 2 pairs. Oh, heck nah. Must be nice. Hurricane season in Florida, guys. The morning is gonna be all week, even on the 4th. Yo, today I'm gonna go help my friend who was a client of mine when he was a kid. I'm talking about, I wanna say elementary, middle school? If not elementary, definitely middle school. And now he's a grown-ass man in his 20s. Helping me today with the staircases. Try to get them done before the 4th of July, since I want to have family over. Yo, so recently, one of the biggest topics right now is the Sha'Carri issue. So Sha'Carri Richardson, you know, she failed a drug test. She failed a marijuana test. There are people who have different opinions about the situation. And I don't argue people who have opinions. Like, I don't argue it. But I think there's definitely a logic versus feelings argument here. The logic that I could have with the information that I've been able to receive is it's always been prohibited to smoke weed and compete in the Olympics. You can smoke weed and stay home. You can smoke weed and compete in other events. But you can't smoke weed and go compete in the Olympics. It's been prohibited forever. You got people who will be like, I feel like Michael Phelps got caught. Yeah, he got caught after the fact. He didn't get caught when he went and won like 9 gold medals, and you know what I mean? Like, and then they still let him go compete and win those 9 medals. It's when people are emotional about something, they'll reach for anything to make something sound logical, but it's not facts. The facts are that regardless if she did it because her mother passed away, somebody needs to be a no person in her camp and say, girl, everybody's got problems, and a lot of people got worse problems than you. It's a sad thing that your mother passed, but your mother would have been happier you competing in the Olympics and you living out your dreams. Bro, I've even heard people say, she's successful. Who says success is the Olympics? She trained her whole life and has said multiple times she's trained her whole life to be in the Olympics. Why would you let the devil entice you into smoking some weed because that's what you think you need to be at peace and be able to deal with your mother's passing? You need good people around you. You need good people around you, and you need good things around you. If you're in your mind and you're the only person in your mind telling yourself, how are you going to deal with this? How are you going to deal with this? And you go to marijuana why you got to go to Mary Jane to get through this? So it's such a stupid thing, and it's even stupider in my opinion that you would risk everything for some stupid weed. It should be legal. It should be legal. It's what if she had a medical card? She didn't have none of that, and it doesn't matter if she did have any of that. You can have prescriptions for freaking for oxycodone, for Percocets, for all that. You got prescriptions for all that. You think somebody competing in the Olympics should be taking that stuff? The prescription, the medical card, all that stuff, throw it out the window, guys. At some point, gotta stop thinking emotionally. And the facts are the facts. It's always been illegal. It's always been prohibited. When you took a puff of that blunt, you took a risk knowing if it was found in your system, you wasn't gonna go to the Olympics. She knew what she was doing. She didn't say, I did it 2 months ago and it lingered. She didn't say I was around it. She said I smoked it because my mother died. Rest in peace to her mother, but what? That sounds to me like a young person who hasn't matured into the person that should be competing for gold medals in the Olympics. That's what that says to me. That's what that says to me. Sure, it's 2021. Marijuana, it's not that big of a deal. Probably shouldn't be a prohibited thing in the Olympics anymore. It has so many good uses. I get it, guys. But the facts are the facts. The fact is that it was a prohibited thing. I don't care if drinking Diet Dr. Pepper is prohibited. If you've been working your whole life to compete in an event where Diet Dr. Pepper is prohibited, don't drink the Diet Dr. Pepper because it ain't worth it. You go and you risk drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper, that you're risking the possibility of not competing in the Olympics. Now, if you don't care about the Olympics, drink all the Diet Dr. Pepper you want. But if you care about the Olympics, like she said several times, over and over and over again, don't drink the Diet Dr. Pepper, man. And then when you get caught, because you took the risk knowing what the risks were, when you get caught, you don't get to say, you guys don't know why I drank the Diet Dr. Pepper was because I was dealing with a lot of pain. And then have all your fans getting mad at the Olympics, crying all these things. You got people crying racism, all this stuff. Like, no. You got to take responsibility, take accountability, man. You drank the Diet Dr. Pepper. I want to also touch on everyone who's saying, but in this state, it's legal. In this country, they don't really care about weed like that. It's the Olympics, guys. It's the Olympics. It's an organization that holds a sporting events. The world's best athletes competing. They don't care about whether it's legal in Oregon. Like, they don't care about that. The fact of the matter is, if you're going to compete in Oregon, you're probably straight. If you're going to compete in China, you're probably not going to be okay smoking weed and getting caught. If you're going to compete in Amsterdam, you might be all right. If you're going to compete in the Olympics, it is prohibited. You can't smoke weed because you live in Oregon and think you can compete in the Olympics now. They're two different worlds. You can't bring up. So many people are making this argument like it matters. Your feelings ain't gonna fix none of this. Everybody should stop trying to sugarcoat things. She made a bad decision. One that she's gonna regret the rest of her life, and we try to make her feel better over it. It was a bad decision, man. And I hope that she learns from it, dominates the Olympics 4 years from now. I do think there needs to be some type of reform, some type of change. And maybe, that's what she'll be remembered for sparking a conversation that the Olympics might be a little outdated when it comes to their views on marijuana. Cool. But I don't know. There could have been a different way to spark that conversation. There could have been a different way to do that and still be competing in the Olympics. Is all I'm saying. Play chess, not checkers, guys. Please. All right, let me get off this topic. It is early in the morning. Oh, I got a new package I got to show you guys about. Going to the crib to work on the stairs. I gotta cut my brother-in-law's hair. Gotta cut my nephew's hair. And if you don't know about my main channel is a barbering channel. It's what I do as a profession in the past 11 years, and that's what that channel is. This is the life of Basio, the behind, the daily stuff that pertains to my career, that pertains to family, to current events, healing the mind, the body, the soul, and just sharing with you guys the things that I've learned, some of the wisdom on this channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy this channel. You know what? I did want to talk about the decisions that we make, man. In life, bro, you gotta play chess. You gotta always be playing chess and thinking 5 moves ahead. If I do this, what is the chain reaction that's gonna occur from my actions? There's always a chain reaction that happens from any decision, any action that you make. If you decide to be unfaithful with your wife, for example, is it worth it? For some people, they can do it. They can get away with it, and it's actually not that big of a deal to their spouse. I know there's a lot of relationships like that, but then there's some relationships where you guys have, you and your wife have spoken about the topic many of times, and it's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker. If you then decide that you're going to be faithful, for example, and break that deal, you don't get to be surprised with the reaction or the consequences of doing that. You got to take accountability, you got to take responsibility, and you got to deal with the consequences of doing that. And there's going to be people that be like, yo, it's your fault, or it's the wife's fault. There's a reason why he did it. There's some people that say it don't matter why he did it. He did it, and he knew that was a deal breaker, or she knew that was a deal breaker, right? In life, you got to make decisions and know what it's going to look like 5 moves ahead. In business, in your relationships, when you're thinking strategically and you're going to make a decision that I'm gonna invest in this product, that there's another product you're not gonna invest in. There's an opportunity cost there. If you invest in this product versus this, what does that look like 5 moves from now? Is it going to put you in a place that is in sync with your mission? So if you make a decision with your family or with your spouse right now, does that decision or those actions help you 5 moves from now get closer, or is it in sync with your mission with your family? My mission is legacy. My mission is to provide for my family, to give my kids the best platform possible, to be their version of successful, to enjoy the journey, live a life fulfilled with memories. I want to make sure my family's protected, and I talk about it all the time, but my family tree, people talk about generational wealth all the time, generational health and wealth all the time. But the actions that we take on a daily basis, 5 moves from now, are not in sync with that mission, guys. And so, we got to take accountability. We can blame it on situations. It was raining today. That's why I didn't get a lot of done today. With little things like that, bro, add up, and it doesn't seem like a big deal. For the same reason it's not a big deal that you didn't get up and do anything because it was raining. It's a big deal because it adds up. It's such a little thing, man. I don't know. I think there's definitely 2 different mindsets. Either way, if you look at it based on facts and logic versus emotionally and how you feel, if you look at it based on facts and logic, I do think there's a right and a wrong. And usually when you're thinking emotionally, usually, not always, but usually, that's the wrong mindset to have, especially when you're making decisions based on things that are so important, like going to the Olympics. What's wrong with you? But real talk, man, rest in peace to her mother. My mother, you guys know, has been very, very sick. I know the feeling. I was in a lot of pain too, because I felt like my mom was dealt the worst possible hand. Being in her early 50s, getting Alzheimer's and dementia was heartbreaking to me. It was definitely a point in my life where it was some of the darkest times of my life, seeing my mother at such a young age just crumbling, diminishing, just there physically but gone. It almost felt like I was being tortured. It was painful. And although I got depressed, and definitely, you know, mental health is super important, I also knew in the back of my head, if I let this destroy me and compromise the mission, then why did my mom work so hard to put me in the position that I'm in? Why did my mother sacrifice so much? And she would not have liked that. She would not have been happy with that. And so to me, and I can say this because I've gone through it, I felt like I was being selfish if I let the dark things that were happening to me overcome me and compromise the mission. I couldn't do it. Trust me, there were times, man, where I sat in my driveway in front of my house, and I got emotional. I cried, and I was in pain. I broke down many times based on the situation. But I knew it was something I just had to let out in my car, that it was temporary. I'm not saying, you know, it's wrong to be emotional and to cry. We're all human. I get it. But what I am saying is, as a man and a leader of my family and my household and my family tree, sometimes you do have to be strong for others. So just something to think about, man. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me know where you want this channel to go. We're going to be talking about business, current events, anything that's self-development, really. Anything that's self-development we're going to be talking about, because you guys ask me from my barbering channel all the time. You guys ask me for content like this. The YouTube algorithm doesn't really like it, so we're going to start doing this on the Life of Basio channel. Make sure you subscribe, share the channel, guys. Hit the notification bell, smash the like button. That's so important for this channel's growth. And I will see you guys with another one.